Today, my dog is playing with his squeaky toy. Finny. My name is Master Joyce and this is my YouTube channel. My husband and I did Peru in 8 days. 8 days, can you believe it? Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to tell you about all things Peru. I know Peru is on a lot of people's bucket lists. It was definitely on my bucket list and I made it happen. So my husband and I took this trip a while back. I still have some footage of it. I still have a good memory about it. So I wanted to tell you guys how you can do Peru. We did it in 8 days. So I wanted to tell you guys how you can do it and give you some tips and hopefully it'll help you plan your trip. So let's get started. So on our trip, we flew into Lima and I think our flight got there around 5 a.m. and we waited for our next flight to Cusco that was leaving around 9 a.m. So we slept in the airport. We were exhausted. I don't really recommend it, but if you only have 8 days, you gotta do what you gotta do, okay? We got to Cusco, we checked into our hotel, into Tambo del Arriero in Cusco, which was a cute, super cute hotel, very Peruvian looking. I'll try to insert some pictures of the hotel here and our room. So it was a great start to our trip. One thing you should know about Cusco, it is... How many feet above sea level is Cusco?
Cusco's elevation is 3,399 meters.
It is also higher than Machu Picchu. So basically we're going up and then we're coming down to Machu Picchu. So what you need to know, you will get altitude sickness and a lot of people do. Caleb and I luckily didn't because we went to a travel clinic and we usually, if we're going to somewhere like Peru or Thailand or something like that, I usually go to a travel clinic just to make sure I have all my shots that I need, if they recommend any pills I should take, that sort of thing. So we did go and get altitude sickness pills. So that was good. So basically you just take half a pill every day. It makes you kind of groggy. So I wouldn't recommend taking a lot and it'll just make you pass out as soon as you get there. So just take it easy, walk slow, and you'll be okay. One other thing that really helps with altitude sickness is the coca leaves. So the hotel provided us with a basket of coca leaves. You just boil some water, pour it on top. I'm going to insert a clip here of how to make the coca tea when you're in Peru. Now I want to show you guys how to make some coca tea, which is very popular in the Andean region. And it really helps with altitude sickness for tourists. So I'm just going to take a little bit. I'm feeling okay. I don't feel that much altitude sickness. I think we took some medicine when we first got here, so I think we adjusted fairly well. But I'll teach you guys how to make some tea. It's really easy. So come on. I've boiled some water. We're just going to take a mug, fill it up. So you can either leave the tea leaves in, but what I like doing is taking a little bit of this, just take it in like that, and then you can just leave it in, pour your water over, fill it up as much as you want, and just let that steep for 1 to 2 minutes. Our first day in Cusco, we really lucked out because it was the Carnival. It was February 14th and we got to the main square, which is Plaza de las Armas, and we noticed everybody was dressed in colorful outfits. They were doing parades, and then we got whipped in the head with water. So what they do is you take water balloons or water guns or bubble spray and you just hit all sorts of people with it, and that's the fun of it. So do not go to Plaza de las Armas in the middle of Carnival with clothes or hair that you don't want to get ruined. It was a great day, it was lots of fun, and we also decided to take a walking tour that day, which was great, and they took us all around Cusco and showed us all the sights. That was a lot of fun and I highly recommend it. Our second day in Cusco, we decided to walk up to Sacsayhuaman, which is also ruins that are in Cusco. We didn't actually go in because I think you had to pay. It wasn't a lot, but we just didn't feel like paying. But as you walk up, if you decide to walk up into the mountains, you'll see there are some locals there and a lot of them have farms and horses. So we actually spoke to a guy. He said, hey, do you guys want to ride horses? We said, yes, we do. I know some people are like, are you crazy? You just met some random guy on the side of the street and he took you up to his horses. But you know what? We're in Peru. One other tip for Peru, just warm up your Spanish before you get there. Not everybody speaks English, and it really will help you in asking for directions, negotiating, price on things. So definitely just brush up on your basic Spanish. And if you don't know Spanish, start to learn it because so much of the world speaks Spanish and we should all learn.
So we are in Sacsayhuaman, sexy woman, and we took a couple of horses up here. Now our guide is waiting for us to spend 10 minutes walking around, exploring, and then we're gonna head back, ride the horses to Cristo Blanco. And we're out of reach.
Hey guys, right now we're in Sacsayhuaman. It's a few hundred feet above Cusco. We're just looking at these stones right here, and they're kind of cool because we know that they got them from
Ollantaytambo.
yeah, that place. And that is how far away? 18 kilometers, I think they
Yep.
said. And they brought them all the way over here. They piled them up, and each stone has a specific spot. And they were made to fit in place rather than be cemented into place. And they think that they have ideas about how they towed them up here. They think they use rope, special rope, and lots of people, but even still, the stones are extremely heavy, and how they got them placed so specifically is pretty amazing.
And how they fit. Like that stone wouldn't fit
And these are
up
tiny.
here.
These are tiny ones.
These
The
are
big
small
ones.
ones.
Are
This is a
down
big one. Is this a big one?
No. The stone's been here for forever.
Wow, that's crazy.
They just piled the stones around top.
And there's Cusco all the way there.
But now we gotta go catch our horses before they leave.
Let's go get our horses. Hi everyone, this is day 3 in Cusco. We are standing in front of the Catedral de Cusco. And we're in Plaza de Armas, which we filmed earlier. Yesterday there was a big festival going on for Valentine's Day. We are waiting for the Tranvía Cusco, which is a tram, I guess, that takes us around Cusco to get up to Cristo Blanco. It's a statue similar to the one in Brazil, Christ the Redeemer, but I guess obviously on a much smaller scale, right, Caleb? So we're waiting for that, but I don't think it's coming. And we talked to somebody, they said the driver has been sick or he's on vacation for 2 weeks, something like that. So we're going to try and find another way to get up there, and we're going to take you with us because that'll be lots of fun to see how we mess it up. Caleb. There it is. Cristo Blanco. We are now at Cristo Blanco almost. Look at this puppy. So we're heading there and let's see how the view is. We finally made it. Check out this view. Our third day in Cusco, we decided to try cuy, which is guinea pig. And I know a lot of people are going to hate on that, but back in the day in Peru, they had a lot of guinea pigs, people were hungry, and this is how the tradition started to eat cuy. There's not a lot of meat on it, it's a lot of work, but it was interesting. And if you want to try something different, when else would you try guinea pig? So just do it. Some of my tips for shopping in Peru. So you can find some great things. Like I found this crystal necklace, which was, I got a great deal. I bought some jewelry for my friend. Find one vendor where you like a lot of his things and negotiate. And again, that's when your Spanish will come in handy. I also bought this beautiful throw that I put on my couch. Like, look at it. It's a wool throw, alpaca wool. It has this cool pattern. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just wonderful. It's warm, it's cozy, and I think it was only $30 or something like that when you convert it to Canadian. So one sole right now is 39 cents Canadian or 31 cents USD. So it's not bad. The exchange rate is pretty good for us, and you know, it's very affordable when you get there, so definitely do it. Another thing I bought and I gifted people with were these little bowls, and you'll see them in the markets in Peru, and all the different colors represent different things. So you're supposed to keep it on your shelf or by a window, and it's supposed to bring you good luck. So I believe the black was to get rid of evil and the yellow was to bring money and wealth. So So we were in Cusco from February 13th to the 16th. We took a bus over to a train station in Ollantaytambo. And Ollantaytambo is a very small town. It's really cute. So if you have time to explore and stay there, I would do it. We just didn't have time. So from Ollantaytambo, we grabbed some food to eat. I'll insert a clip.
Hola. We are waiting in Ollantaytambo for the train to Machu Picchu. We're very excited. And we have this beautiful view and you can hear the birds. We're just waiting for a coffee and some soup, and then our train will be here in about an hour, and we can't wait.
It's where they got the rocks for the Sacsayhuaman.
For our Sacsayhuaman. They got the rocks here, took it all the way to Sacsayhuaman. Took us 2 hours to get here by bus. So how did they do that back then? Carrying those 120 ton rocks? So
Some were 300 tons,
some were 300 ton rocks.
which would
So
require 3,000 people.
wow. I can't wait to ride the train. I'm excited for Peru Rail. I've heard good things about it. I think that's we're spending an hour and a half on that train, and then we get to Aguascalientes where our hotel is, and then we go to Machu Picchu tomorrow. We ordered some soups because we saw everybody keeps ordering soup in Peru. I have the quinoa chicken and vegetable, and Caleb got the chicken and noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup. It's delicious.
From there, we took a beautiful train ride with an open glass ceiling through the mountains over to Aguascalientes, where we stayed for one night before our trek to Machu Picchu. So Aguascalientes is this magical place. Like, it looks like you're in this fairyland. You're in between mountains. There's a huge river running through the town. The buildings are all stacked on top of each other. It's gorgeous, and I recommend you explore that too if you can. We stayed in the Terrazas del Inca, which had a beautiful view, and it was such a cute room. It had Wi-Fi. It was only $70 for the night. I recommend it, and I'll insert a clip here. Come on in. So we're staying at the Terrazas del Inca, and this is our cute room. Panoramic windows. Love it, love it. Place to hang your clothes up there. The windows, we noticed, open, so you can hear the river outside. So nice. Beautiful. And also get bitten by mosquitoes tonight. But that's really beautiful. Little vanity, we got a little fridge here. Really good. We got a TV and everything. Some reading lights for later. Super cute. Let's show them the bathroom. Here's the bathroom. It's a nice basic bathroom. It's really great. So far so good. And they also store our luggage tomorrow when we're gone to Machu Picchu. And the great thing is you can come back afterwards and take a shower, which is fantastic. So once you check out, you can come back, wash off, and then get ready for your trip. So that's our stay. That's Terrazas del Inca. Caleb and I decided to go to a Mexican restaurant that didn't look very clean. We had some burritos and tacos. Let's just say it's a good thing we got some pills from the travel clinic, because the next day in the morning we both woke up, we weren't feeling too fresh, you know what I'm saying? So the next day we woke up, we weren't feeling too good, and then we went and caught the bus up to Machu Picchu at 5 a.m. So you go and line up. It's about a 20-minute ride, 20 to half an hour minute ride up the mountain to the bottom of Machu Picchu. So when you get to Machu Picchu, it's crazy. I think they only let in 2,500 people a day, so you should buy your tickets in advance, and you can buy them at machupicchu.gov.pe, and I'll insert it here. That's the official website. It looks pretty sketchy. It's not the best user interface, but it's where you will find your tickets, and again, this is where Spanish will come in handy. So if you have a Spanish-speaking friend who can translate for you and guide you through the website, I recommend it. So once we got on the bus, got to Machu Picchu, we had tickets to go up to Huayna Picchu, which is a 45-minute climb up the taller peak mountain. So I'll insert a picture here. Before we got there, we read a lot of forums and blogs, and people are like, take your hiking shoes. It's a tough walk and that sort of thing. I recommend just your regular workout clothes and some running shoes. Not a big deal. We went on and Caleb bought hiking shoes. He didn't really need them. I mean, they're small rocks that you're kind of like at some points using your hands to climb up the stairs, but there are stairs that go all the way up the mountain of Huayna Picchu. But honestly, you'll be great with just running shoes and workout clothes. That's all you need.
The entrance to Huayna Picchu is behind me. and we're just waiting for the entrance to open in 15 minutes, and then we're gonna go up. It's a 40-minute hike, and we're gonna do this. It's very exciting. It's very early. It's only 6:45. We got up at 4:30 today, and we see the lineup is building. So we're gonna go wait. We're gonna go up there. Can't even see the mountain yet. So I think we're about halfway. What do you think?
Yeah.
Maybe up. The fog's starting to lift, which is good. Machu Picchu's back there somewhere. So hopefully by the time we make it up, the fog will be gone. But it's so beautiful. Gonna keep going.
So Mass is down there because she thinks the perfect picture is down there as opposed to just up those stairs. Apparently the difference between the two is monstrous.
You feel the vibes up there. It's really good. So after our day in Machu Picchu, we got back on the bus, came down to Aguas Calientes, and then we caught the Peru Rail train back to Ollantaytambo, where we were staying for the night. Ollantaytambo, again, really cute town. We originally booked, I don't want to say the name because I think it was just an oversight, but we originally booked one B&B, and when we got there, they had overbooked and they moved us over to another one in the town, which was fine, but just expect things like that to happen. They all know each other and they'll make sure you have a spot to stay for the night, so don't worry. When we got back to Lima, we stayed at the Thunderbird J. Paldo Hotel, which is in downtown Lima. A lot of people had said, you know, watch your purses, watch your phones, that sort of thing. So crime is high in Lima, but you don't see it. And I didn't, luckily, knock on wood, nothing happened to us. But I would say, you know, hide your phones. Don't walk around looking for GPS and that sort of thing. But we did use Uber there. They have amazing restaurants there.
We're waiting at the restaurant called El Mercado, which was recommended by a friend, and apparently it's delicious ceviche. And the wait is 40 minutes. We're gonna do it.
Try all the food, try the drinks. It's a fun, wonderful time. So in the morning we got up and went to Miraflores, which is this beautiful area by the coast. And you'll see, I'll insert some footage here of us just walking around, doing some shopping and just sightseeing. It was so much fun. So then we ended up getting our bus tickets in the afternoon. So we had, I think it was a 2-hour bus tour. So it took us all over Lima. You got to see all of it. We went to a water fountain park with different colors and that sort of thing. It was a lot of fun. And I recommend it because I'm not usually a super touristy hop on, hop off tour kind of person. However, we only had one day in Lima before our flight left that night. So we took advantage of it and wanted to see as much as we could in that one day. So to recap, 1, visit a travel clinic, get your altitude sickness pills and your anti-nausea diarrhea pills if needed. Number 2, brush up on your Spanish. You're going to need it in Peru. Not everybody speaks English, like I said, so it's good to know just your basic directions and left, right, baño, that sort of thing. So definitely do that. 3, negotiate with vendors. If you go to a market, find one vendor to stick with and negotiate and pick up the things you want. Also, don't forget, this is their livelihood. You don't want to rip them off. But if you want to have some fun and negotiate, get a bunch of stuff and souvenirs and gifts for friends and yourself, it's a good way to do that. Next tip, book your Machu Picchu tickets and your Peru Rail tickets online before you go. And with Peru Rail, you have to pick up your tickets at their station before you go to the train. So don't just show up at the train and give them your name. That's not how it works. You have to go to a specific station, which they will identify on the Peru Rail website, pick up your tickets, and then head over to the train. With Machu Picchu, there's a limited number of people per day that they let go up Huayna Picchu. So again, look into that and get the ticket that is Machu Picchu plus Huayna Picchu. So you do it together and you can see both. Overall, just have fun, be safe, be respectful, and you'll have a great time. Peru is a wonderful place. It's very magical, very different from other places that I've been. And I loved it, and I think you will too. If you have any questions about Peru or want to know anything that I didn't mention, please leave a comment below. Like this video if you thought it was helpful or fun or just interesting to you, and let me know if Peru is on your bucket list. It definitely should be if it isn't already. Thank you so much for watching.